SAT and ACT testing.
Should they even take them? If so, how does your kid stand out? I mean, after all, it's just a number at the end of the day. David Blaubaum from the National Test Prep Association joins us live to talk more about some of these questions.
And even though they may not be mandatory, there are a lot of high school students who are still choosing to take the ACT and SAT for their college admissions.
But is it worth it? Joining us now to answer that important question is Mike Bergen, who leads the National Test Prep Association's Advocacy Committee.
The SATs and the ACTs have long been considered key parts of the college admission process. But is that still true?
Times are changing. Colleges around the country have increasingly become test optional. It's a trend that's been accelerated, of course, by the impacts of the pandemic.
So what do high school students need to know today? Joining us now to tell us more is David Blaubaum. He's the Director of Outreach for the National Test Prep Association. David, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We appreciate it.
My pleasure.
During the peak of the pandemic, most schools weren't even offering the SAT or ACT, forcing colleges to go test optional. But according to research from the National Test Prep Association, this actually increased the number of applicants at universities across the country, which seemingly inflated their admission standards.
That number who applied just went up. The number who got in stayed exactly the same. So it created the mirage for colleges that they were more selective because they were rejecting more students.
We should stop fearing tests that tell us things we don't want to see, right? We should be prepared, district by district, state by state, to help students build stronger reading, writing, and math problem-solving skills.
Every large-scale study that's ever been conducted on the SAT and ACT has shown that the inclusion of these scores improves a prediction of how well a student will do in college.
First thing that students need to know is that they can do better on these exams. So a lot of students, they don't know that. They think there's nothing that I can do and that their score is going to be what the score is. But these are tests like any other. So the tests, they're evaluating students on content that they can learn.
The student calls the school and explains their situation, what their grades are and what their test scores are. Very often, the admissions office will let them know whether to send those scores in or not. By all means, students who have a chance at earning a higher score, say on the October SAT, which is still early enough for early action, early decision, would consider doing so to improve the standing of their application.
The best place online would go to find the National Test Prep Association. Just Google National Test Prep Association. There's a great group of people. We absolutely love helping students. Reach out. We would love to help every student.
David Blaubaum, thanks so very much. Director of Outreach, the National Test Prep Association. You demand, you spelling it out easily for everybody here. So again, thanks very much.
Thank you.